Fall is our favorite time of the year to go camping, and today I want to share with you accessories we use for fall camping in this episode of Travels with Delaney. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Patrick, and I am so glad you stopped by today. Now, RVing has afforded us the freedom and independence to get out and explore the country. But let's face it, RVing can be a little frustrating at times, and that's why we started this channel 5 years ago, so we could share some of our 17 years of RV experience so you could have less frustration and more fun. Now today I want to talk about a topic that we love, and that is accessories and gear specifically for fall camping. These are primarily items that only get put into our RV or taken out on the road during fall camping season, although some of them you could use year-round if you choose to. And so we're going to go ahead and start with one item that we always carry with us from basically early fall all the way through early spring. And let's go on inside and we're going to take a look at our electric heater. Yeah, there's really nothing special about this, but here's why we carry an electric heater in our RV from early fall all the way through early spring. Now, most RVs will have a furnace in them that will run off of propane, but propane is kind of pricey, and quite honestly, it's always turning on and off and it's noisy. So we supplement our heat with one of these little electric heaters. Now, it doesn't really matter what kind you get. This one I think I actually picked up at Aldi for like under $40, and it's just a simple little heater. It has a fan, it has a low and a high, and then it has a thermostat here on the front where we can adjust the temperature. It also has some built-in safety features, like if this were to get tipped over or picked up, it will automatically shut off for safety purposes. Now, the reason we like using this is, unlike the propane that we're paying for, when we're plugged in at a campsite, we've already paid to use their electricity, so I would prefer to save our propane, use their electricity, plus this is a lot quieter than that forced air furnace that we have here in the RV. The next item that we really like in the fall is right here in the kitchen, and it's a slow cooker. Now, this is the Ninja like 4-in-1 slow cooker. I've had this thing for several years, and I really do love this specific one, but honestly, any slow cooker would work. The reason I do like this particular one is it also, besides being a slow cooker where we can cook in two different modes, like a low or a high slow cooking mode, we can also use this as a stovetop, which is nice because let's say I want to make chili here in the trailer. I can turn this to stovetop and I can brown my hamburger, my onions, my garlic, whatever I want, and then I can switch it over to slow cook mode when I add everything else and just let that soup simmer all day long. This also has a bake feature, and it also can perform as a steamer. So this one's kind of multi-purpose for us, but what I really love about it is the slow cook feature, because in the fall we love things like ham and beans and stews and soups, and so we can put them on in the morning, just let them slow cook all day long, and by evening we have a really good meal. I've even put like a small pork loin in here, and by evening we can make pulled pork and have pulled pork sandwiches or pulled pork nachos, that type of thing. So a slow cooker can be a real nice addition during those fall camping months. Now, I'm always looking for new accessories and gear to add to our camping experience. So if there's something that you like to use in the fall, I would love if you would drop that down in the comments so we could check it out and maybe add it to our gear for next year. The next item on my list actually resides in our trailer year-round, but it really gets used in the fall months, and that is this Get Out Gear down puffy blanket. Now, I love this thing. It's lightweight, it's compact. That's one of the reasons I leave it in the trailer all year long. It comes in its own stuff sack, so it's easy to roll up and put away and just store out of sight. But when I want it, and the fall is when I definitely want it, it is great. Now, you might be wondering, what's so great about this blanket? Well, for starters, it keeps me warm around the campfire. But it's not just a normal blanket, let me show you. Besides being just a blanket, it also doubles kind of like a jacket. That's right, they built in these little snaps so I can snap it right around me, and that way, if I want to sit here by the fire, I am completely surrounded by this warm down blanket that's super lightweight, easy to store away, and I tell you what, it's just nice. And we can even use this inside on those cool nights if we just need an extra blanket on the bed. I just pull this out of the cabinet, we put it on the bed, and it's going to give us that extra layer of warmth. Now, one of the things I love in the fall is a campfire. One, it gives warmth, but more importantly, I love to cook over a campfire. Now, there's lots of ways we do this, and we have several devices. For instance, actually one of my favorite is just this basic platform. It just folds out on feet. You just set it over your wood fire, and you can cook with cast iron skillets and pots and pans right there directly over the fire. And I also like, because those legs fold in, it doesn't take really any space in storage to take it. I also have this grill grate, which is a little bit bigger, but what I like about it is not only can I put a big pot or pan on it, I can actually grill on it because it's actually a grill grate, and so I can go ahead and just grill over the open fire. And if I'm feeling really adventurous, maybe I'll take our tripod. Now, the nice thing about the tripod is I can center that right over my wood fire. It has also a grilling grate that I can either grill directly on, or I could put a small cast iron skillet or pot onto it, and then I can raise and lower it based upon how hot my fire actually is. So I love having options for cooking over an open fire, and regardless of which one you choose, I think you will find cooking over the open fire to be a lot of fun. I really love having a cast iron Dutch oven because you can do soups and stews. I have even made things like peach cobbler, apple cobbler right there in the Dutch oven. And I have this massive cast iron skillet that I can literally cook for, well, most of the campground in. This thing is massive, and we only break it out for special events and get-togethers with family and friends, but I love having some cast iron in our supply so that if we want to do some cooking over the open fire, we can. Once dinner's over and the sun starts to go down and we're all huddled around a nice warm fire, usually we want a snack. Now, a lot of people will go with the traditional roasted marshmallow with chocolates and graham crackers, you know, the old s'more. Other people like those pudgy pies. But you know what I actually like? Popcorn. That's right. I have a popcorn popper that is designed specifically for an open fire. Now, what makes this popcorn maker special is really just the fact that on the top here, we have a latch. We open that up and we can extend it so that we can safely roast popcorn. Now, it works the same way as any other popcorn maker. We're going to put some oil, we're going to put some salt if you want, and then your popcorn in here, and we go ahead and over the open fire, and we just let it do its thing. Take our time, we can shake it, keep those kernels moving around, and as it starts to pop, we just keep doing it, and once it's done, we can pull it back, dump it into a bowl, and we have fresh popcorn right from the campfire. And then when you're done, and it's cooled off, we can go ahead, put it right back down. Stores fairly small, easy to carry, lightweight. It makes really good popcorn. Every fall, we plan an epic RV trip so that we can go out and enjoy all that fall has to offer, including the amazing foliage. I want you to go ahead and watch this video next of a trip that we took a couple years ago up to the great state of Vermont. Amazing foliage, amazing maple syrup, and so much more. Until next time, everybody, happy camping, and we'll see ya on down the road. Good night.